Well, internets, it's once again time for another Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done when it comes to the creation of a new book that I want to have done by January 1st, 2021. And the only way I'm going to do it is like by taking one little bite at a time. And that little bite comes in the form of a daily live stream, which I'm doing right now with episode, I think this might be 67, if I'm not mistaken. 67 days so far consecutively doing live streams where I take my book and work on some aspect of it, moving it forward toward completion. And so that's what I'm going to do today. And some days I'm designing book cover or interior contents. Other days I'm outlining sections or mind mapping them. I really love the mind mapping technique. But tonight, I think I'm going to continue writing a section called WYA, WYD, HYDI, which stands for who you are, what you do, and how you do it, which is kind of the three-legged stool foundation of nonfiction branding. And the book that is being written that looks something like this. This is actually some cover art that I've already worked on. The front cover, the spine, and the back of the book. And this is a black and white print, but basically it's also going to be a black and white book with some maroon highlights. You know, I love my maroon, which is the kind of the key color of the nonfiction brand Versity Shield, which you can see down in the lower left corner of your screen, and also the highlight color, as I said, for the book itself. So anyway, I'm not working on designing stuff tonight. Instead, I'm going to keep working in Scrivener, which is the application I'm using to actually write the book. And Scrivener looks like this. So I left off at the bottom of a section talking about how some people will never be satisfied and what that means. To try to please all the people all the time is a fool's errand. A constantly changing mark that you will never be able to maintain long term. So what's the alternative? Pleasing yourself by being yourself. Not in a selfish way, but in a fully self-aware one. Truly self-aware, self-critical, and self-accountable way. But never forget with all this accent on self, it's easy to lose sight of your most important audience. The people. The people who once aware of you and your capabilities that will actually seek to engage with you. So, yes, deep inward reflection and introspection is critical to discover your completely true, completely you non-fiction brand, comma, but once that's done, it's imperative shift into demonstration mode. Few people did. Few by just the talk. But many will be interested, attracted, and intrigued by your walk. All right, so that might be the end of the section. Yeah, it's about just under 2,000 words. Scrivener is really great because it keeps a running tally of how many words are down in the section. So this section is about 2,000 words, and I'm working on the assumption that my book will have, let's say, 350 words per page. So I'm just going to take this 1,964 divided by 350 equals 5.6 pages. Does that sound right? Hold on. I'm looking at my other book, which had a capability of holding 480 words per page. Hold on. I think this is one of the techniques I demonstrated earlier as I was looking at how I'm forming my book. And what I did was I took some of the books that I have in my library that I appreciate, that I like, and I literally counted the pages and then counted the words and the lines on each page and came up with a words per page number. So The Coaching Habit by Michael Bungay Stanier, I don't know how you say his name, has the possibility of, say, around 364 words a page. Marketing Rebellion by Mark Schaefer has something closer to 270 words per page because, look, double spacing, or maybe 1.5 lines. One of the more verbose books and with tighter spacing is Chris Ducker's The Rise of the Youpreneur, etc. So this is a great way to kind of get an average. So I'm gonna average these out right now, just add them up, because I think that's a reasonable way to look at things. So let's say 429 plus 270 plus 364 plus 396 plus sorry 374 plus, and this is 1 2 3 4 5. So I've got a couple of other books that I didn't do that, but let's say 5. So divided by 5. Well, that didn't help. About 306 words per page. No, probably more like 350. So yeah, 350. So let me just do this again. So this would be 1,964 divided by 350 equals 5.6. Okay, 5.6 pages. 5.6 pages. I think that's reasonable, because you don't want to go too long. Some of the sections will be a little longer, some will be a little shorter. Plus, I'll probably be airing out some of these with some graphics or some images and things like that. So even if it's 5.6 pages now with a couple of graphics, that could easily be a solid 6 to 7 or even 8. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, so this section, I'm going to assign a new flag. Now, you can see I've got little color-coded flags here. The blue means, hey, I think this section's done, but it's not final. That will be a green flag, which none of my sections have a green flag yet. But the red ones mean, hey, you're going to want a section about this, but you haven't written anything. The blues are, hey, this section's probably done, pending the need for images or something like that. Like this will have photos and stuff, screenshots. Cool. And then green would be, hey, it's done, it's proofed, it's edited, all that stuff. And you'll notice that I don't have any of those yet. Because I need to get going on it. But, moving this book forward a little piece at a time. Just want to check that font size. Okay, that's 13 bold. Is not a brand. Yeah, I'm going to have to read through all these one of these days and really start fine-tooth combing it. And also putting it in consecutive order so I can see how the flow of the entire book reads, the narrative arc that I'm doing, that I'm creating this book, making this book have. So what else do I want to do tonight? Close and personal. What do we learn? Strategic laying the. All right, because I want to spend more time looking at the actual flow of this thing. Branding is personal. What is nonfiction branding? Up close and personal. Discovering yours, demonstrating. I want to add one about Christian, the 81 days that my 301. Maybe it should be the Palatino. Got to give that a red flag. The power of 1x. Couldn't make that a sub. Your force multiplied. They may be the same one. That section. Oh, my head's in the way. Hey, big head, get out of the way. So I'm getting out of the way. What's your flagship? So, video. Yeah. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to add a section. Alex and Todd. Austin. Instagram. Stills. Do one with Molly Mahoney. Book. Do I know of anybody who's doing Twitter exclusively, or Twitter is their number one? Video. Facebook. Yeah, I could do George. Change icon to red. Thomas. YouTube. I want to do Andy Crestinina. Blog. Oops, not blue. Definitely not blue. I haven't written a word. That needs to be red. That needs to be red. Blog. Who's killing it with live stream? I'm just going to put it down because you never know. Maybe I could get guy, beam. Who else could be Twitch? That Richard Moore. All right. All right. So I have put, I've been adding to my outline portion of Scrivener, and that's what I like about Scrivener. You know, you're able to do stuff like actually do the writing over here, but then come up with a really clean outline form here that allows you to move stuff around very, very easily whenever you want. And, you know, try doing that with Word. Do not write anything more than 25 pages in Word, because all that is a long scrolling document. And, you know, trying to come up with some type of chapter configuration, forget about it. Much less if you wanted to include the files of your resources, your citations, anything like that inside it. Scrivener can hold all that stuff. Like this whole thing over here, you can hold notes on every section, every page. You can actually plug in the folders, photos, snapshots, images, you know, all sorts of metadata about every section. You name it. It's really great. You should check it out. In fact, I'm going to show you how to check it out at literatureandlatte.com. You can take a look at Scrivener, and you can see, hold on, right over here, get it over there. Download a free trial. What's not to like about that, right? And by the way, they don't pay me. I pay them. I paid them for Scrivener 3, and it is pronounced with a hard K or a hard C. Scrivener 3 Mac OS update released, which I have. But it also has an iOS version, so for your iPad or your iPhone, which is really cool. I mean, if you're sitting there at a doctor's appointment and you have an idea for your book, open up your phone, plug it into the book. It'll sync wherever you are, and it's right on your desktop as well. Products, Scalpel I've played around with, but I haven't gotten into yet. Let's see. They have it for Windows. Do they have a Linux version? I think they did at one time, but maybe not anymore. Yeah, I guess not. Just macOS, Windows, and iOS. So the macOS version costs $49. Well worth it. You can get a bundle for macOS and either macOS and Windows. Get both macOS and Windows at a discounted bundle price. Wow. So you can get both versions for $40 a piece, essentially. The iOS version's another $20 for iPad and your phone, which is cool. It's just worth it. I got to tell you, this will be the second book I've written with it. Cookies. But yeah, macOS, Windows, iOS, and you can get a macOS and Windows bundle. So what's not to like? Check it out. It's over at literatureandlatte.com. That's what I'm using, and I recommend it because I'm actually using it. And that's the most important thing here. The stuff I'm recommending is stuff I do myself, and I'm a DIY guy. DIY, DP, that's what you should call me, because that's how I wrote my first book with my friend Spencer X. Smith. I designed this thing from scratch to be produced on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, or what was known as CreateSpace at the time. And guess what? People have said, wow, I really love your book. It looks like a real book. It's like, yeah, because it was designed to look like a real book, not like something someone pieced together out of old blog posts over a weekend. There are plenty of people who do that, but not me. I do it the hard way, which is 301 consecutive live streams. What was I thinking? Well, that's a really good question, and one I'll be answering all week long, or not week long, but all throughout this ongoing trek called Bookward Bound. That's it for me tonight. I'm a little bit tapped out for the day, and that's cool because I've got like 230 more of these to do straight. So this is about going to the gym every day. It's not about having the heavy leg and arm day every single day. No, some days are, if you make it to the gym, that's good enough. Well, guess what? I made it to the gym today, and I'm happy with that. I hope you are too, because you're the ones keeping me honest by making me come down here every single night to work on this book. And I hope you're proud of yourself, because I certainly am. That's it for me tonight. I'm DP Knudten for the Nonfiction Brand podcast, which the latest episode came out today with my friends Alex and Todd Austin from Fletch Digital, which is a small digital services agency in Sydney, Australia. Check that out wherever you get your fine podcasts for free. And I hope to see you again sometime very soon here on Bookward Bound. Hey, theme music, take us on out. Oh, yeah. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.